There is an epidemic going around that a lot of people realize but don't really pinpoint. The epidemic caused from a global pandemic in 2020. It changed so many things in our society. We went from having a busy, outgoing life, going to church, meetings, conferences, shopping, all of that sort of stuff, to nothing. Months of nothing. We went from going to church to sitting in our living rooms in our pajamas, attending church online, meetings online. We started ordering food to be delivered to our house. And then Uber Eats, you could order whatever you wanted and have it delivered to your house. Online shopping, Amazon blew up, Zoom blew up, everything online. And we connected from our homes. People didn't get out. People didn't connect. And in a world where we can connect instantly, there is such a great disconnection. Well, feel it. It's been talked about. But it's almost epidemic. Because I work in the field of mental health. I'm a licensed professional counselor. And there was a big surge in depression and anxiety and a lot of those mental health issues caused from, hey, shelter in place. We stayed at home. And it seems like today more people are dealing with a disconnect. Used to would go to the mall and shop. And it's not a thing anymore when you can hop on Amazon and have the item in 2 days or maybe the next day. So we don't get out. This has affected seniors a lot because they were forced to have to go to the grocery store, to have to, go get their prescriptions, to at least get out. And there was, talking to somebody. Have you ever sat in a room on a holiday with your family and the TV's on, the football game, and everyone's on their phones? Now, I can remember a day when we used to play games at family gatherings. The laughing and that sort of thing. The TV game may have been on, but there was a group of us. We always used to play chicken feet. And it was so fun. We still do that in my family. At my sister-in-law's, we play train or chicken feet, which are two games that are a lot alike. I remember, in the salon. I owned a salon and I worked in the salon. And on Friday mornings, back in the day, those older women would come in. They had a standing appointment. Every single week they were there. They knew all the other customers. They knew the other stylist. It was like a party every Friday. The coffee was on, and they were there for a little over an hour. And if they didn't drive, they got someone to bring them. And they were there almost like the mailman. It was a gathering of connection with people that is lost today, creating this epidemic of loneliness. People are lost, lonely, and disconnected. There's been a real surge in face-to-face counseling over this last year. People are craving connection. And, you could even telehealth a doctor, telehealth a therapist. It's, I've done it. I did it the first year I retired. And I just really felt that missing connection. And so I work part-time in a counseling office. The two highest percentage of people that deal with loneliness, first one will surprise you, is young men in their early 20s. The other one we all think about, and that's senior women. You know, as women, we outlive our spouses. So, you know, if you have disconnected from doing those things and getting out and, you know, maybe going to the salon is the only connection you have with somebody when you get your hair cut. But that's every 6 weeks. So, you know, and you lose your spouse, there will be some deep loneliness because you've made your circle of connection and community really small. Community and connection, you know, love and belonging is in Maslow's 5 hierarchy of needs. It's a basic need we all need as humans. And it has been removed through disconnection. But we're more connected. You know, you can join a community on Facebook with a whole bunch of people you don't know that live all over the world. And you connect in a certain way, but not that face-to-face, person-to-person connection that makes us feel like we're loved and that we belong. I think YouTube is better. I know some channels on here that really seek connection with, you know, senior women. Cynthia on Senior Insights is one. I think of Debbie and Kentucky Life with Debbie and Lois Baird. And there's some of those that are older that provide that connection. If you feel really lonely, one way to connect is to connect with yourself. If you have mobility issues or you can't get out or you've become a little almost stifled with getting out and making connections, connect to yourself. Go back to those things, those hobbies, those things that bring you joy, the little things of life that you enjoy. Connect with yourself. And that will help heal some of that to where maybe you might step out of your comfort zone and connect with others. Go back to church in person. Join the Bible study. You know, create a book club. Do something so that a small connection. As we get older, we lose our friends. And this is a natural process of life, I have found out. And I had a really good, strong friend circle. And I kept up with these friends and you know, met up with these friends. And I've lost half of them. And it's sad. And I want to be sure that I stay connected to the friends I have. And of course, I know I'm one day away from meeting another best friend. So I'm going to be open to the opportunity. I want you to really think about this as an epidemic, that we need to connect more. We need to do more things. Get out and enjoy life. I love the safety of my home. I like hanging out at home. The older you get, the more you want to do that, is to just be home. But balance that with going out. I work with people that struggle just to come to my office because they don't want to leave their home. It has become something that is stifling them. It's almost like a prison. They talk about feeling like they're in a prison, locked in their fears. If you're new here, I'm Rhonda. My channel is about personal development and self-improvement. And I talk about mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. If you're in my community, thanks for sticking around. I really enjoy. And I have reached out and connected beyond YouTube with people in my community, which has been so fabulous for me. And the most important part is to be you on purpose.